Sometimes I really do wish I could go back to my 18-year-old self and tell her some of these things that I've learned, because I don't think I would have had as many issues with my skin had I known what I know now. Hey guys, I'm Acta and welcome back to my channel. I've honestly experienced everything when it comes to my skin. At one point I had perfect skin, which always shocked me because I was so used to having skin problems. I've had painful cystic acne that left me in tears. I've experienced so much post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation and scarring. Even now I still deal with a lot of dark spots. At one point I even burned and damaged my skin barrier, and I even tried so many products that I ended up sensitizing my skin, and I developed eczema around my eye. So today I really just want to share my lessons from my skin journey in the hopes that it might help with yours. Back when I was having problems with my skin, I was always looking at influencers and people on Instagram, people who had flawless skin, and looking at what products they use. And I ended up buying a lot of them, thinking that I would end up having the same skin if I use those products. It took me a while to realize that everyone's skin is different, and they probably had great skin to begin with. I've learned to listen to my own skin. What is it telling me? Is it red? Is it itchy? Is it irritated? These are all really important signs to look for. Yes, sometimes you might need the expertise of somebody else, like a dermatologist, but other than that, no one knows your skin better than you do. I honestly can't even tell you the number of times that I've paid for expensive treatments hoping they would give me an overnight fix. So for example, I did microdermabrasion thinking they'd get rid of my scars really quickly. I've done glycolic peels hoping that they'd get rid of my acne overnight. I've even bought random products online from brands that I've never heard of that were, to be honest, really dodgy, thinking that they would be able to deliver some magic promise. When you're feeling insecure about something, you tend to buy into things a lot more easily. Yes, there are definitely helpful people and helpful treatments and products out there, but you really have to do your research to find the right one, and it really is about managing expectations. Less is sometimes more. One of the most important things is focusing on that essential skincare routine. Those 3 items that you actually need before you start adding serums, toners, face masks, and everything else in the mix. It takes about 2 months for you to start seeing results once you add a product in. But for a lot of people who have skincare concerns, we end up buying a product, trying it for a couple of days, and then wanting to buy something else because that product hasn't worked. But by doing that, you end up causing so many more problems from your skin, and it means that you never end up seeing results from a product because you're not giving it that time. If you need to, unfollow people that share skincare products, because it's really tempting to buy new products when you see them and you hear about what they can do for your skin. But just focus on what you already have. There's a lot of people who will say that skincare is an investment, so it's worth spending that extra money. Skincare requires consistency, which means it requires repeat buying. So it's not really an investment. You're not going to buy the product once and then you're going to have good skin for the rest of your life. And if a product is so expensive that you would struggle to rebuy it, it means that you can't be consistent with it. Skincare is definitely important, but it should never break the bank. Find a routine that you can afford long term, because that's the most important thing. I'm honestly so guilty of buying so many products at the same time and then getting so excited by the thought of having a new routine that I just try them all at the same time. The problem with that is your skin then has to adjust to the pH of multiple products, and you then can't tell which product is working for you and what's causing problems. And very likely you'll ditch the entire routine and end up buying more products. So nowadays I only add 1 product in at a time, and then I wait 2 weeks if I'm going to add another product in. This is honestly something that is so simple that I wish I learned ages ago. It involves using a cleansing balm or a cleansing oil to remove makeup or sunscreen first, and then using a second cleanse after to cleanse your skin. And the reason that it works for me is because a lot of cleansers aren't that effective at removing makeup and sunscreen. So again, with cleansing, one of the things that I've learned is that using gentle hydrating cleansers is much better than using cleansers that strip your skin. Because I had oily skin and I had breakouts, I was always under the impression that I needed a cleanser that had salicylic acid in it. When I made that switch to gentle products, my skin improved so much. I really do think it's important to hydrate your skin even as you cleanse it, rather than trying to strip your skin of all of its natural hydration. This is another big one for me because I used to be somebody who used glycolic acid every single day. I honestly thought the skin of my dreams was underneath my dead skin cells, and honestly I was so wrong. So short term, if I was using an exfoliator every single day, yes, my skin would look bright and it would look like it was glowing. But in the long term, exfoliating twice a week has been better for me. I actually find that I'm less prone to dark spots since I've been doing that. I think this really does come down to trial and error and finding out what works for you, because for some people, exfoliating every day might actually work for them. But I think the main takeaway is that exfoliation is not the answer to perfect skin, and it's really about balancing short-term gain with long-term gain. In your natural skin cycle, what will happen is the cells at the top layer will exfoliate or shed naturally, and then you'll get the cells from the bottom layer coming up to replace them. This skin cycle takes 28 days. Yes, you want to be able to use your products, but you want to use them in such a way that you're not disrupting that skin cycle. Because yes, you can get rid of that top layer of skin cells, but the cells from the bottom won't be able to come up quick enough to replace it. And that's why it's so important to be patient with your skin and not risk damaging your skin barrier. And the final thing is, you don't have to have perfect skin. There was a time where I was really worried to leave the house. I was so worried that people were judging me for my acne. But to be honest, nobody was looking at my skin as much as I was. I was obsessing over it. It's completely fine to have pigmentation, acne, scarring, dryness, redness, all of it. And it doesn't matter what age you are, it's normal to experience that. It really does take a lot of work to become comfortable in your own skin, but that journey is definitely worth it. So thank you so much for watching. Comment down below if there's anything that you've learned from your skin journey, and I'll see you guys in my next video.